Hey there, everybody. Phil Smy again with a book review. This week, I'm looking at a book that recently seems to be regaining popularity again. It's a book from 1996, and it's called The Millionaire Next Door. And this book was written by Thomas Stanley and Bill Danko, and was based on a lot of surveys they sent out to people who were the hidden wealthy, I like to call them. People who were financially secure, or indeed very secure or well off, but weren't visibly so. Some were, of course. It was supposedly the widest survey of its kind of wealth in America. They went through the results, and like good little researchers, they distilled it down into 7 points, that they felt the majority of these hidden wealthy shared in common. Now, of course, not every millionaire had the same points, but these are the 7 that they really figured were key indicators of whether you were going to be or could be wealthy or not. So I meant to give you just a quick summary, so you could stop watching, but I didn't do that, so I'm sorry, so I'm going to do that now. Here are the 7 traits, factors that Stanley and Danko believed led people to be wealthy. First, they live well below their means. In other words, they don't buy shit that they don't need. That's the number one thing you can probably learn from this book. Don't spend money on pointless things. And you'd be surprised how much is pointless. So number 1, they live well below their means. Number 2, they allocate their time, energy, and money efficiently in ways conducive to building wealth. They learn about investing, they invest, and they spend their time doing it. Their hobby is building wealth. Number 3, they believe that financial independence is more important than displaying high social status. See point number 1, don't buy shit you don't need. You don't need to have a McMansion in the suburbs. You don't need to have flash car. You don't need to have a TV in every room. Gold-plated toilet fixtures, or whatever it is you're into. You don't need it. You don't need to show other people you're rich. Number 4, their parents did not provide economic outpatient care. In other words, their parents were either assholes or poor or both. Or they just said to their kids, you stand on your own 2 feet. The surprising number of these hidden wealthy did not get any assistance from their family. Number 5, their adult children are economically self-sufficient. In other words, they are assholes or poor or both. So, it trickled down. Their parents didn't give them help, and so they don't give help to their children. And that seems to be the best thing to do. Number 6, or we do this in Japan. Number 6, they are proficient in targeting market opportunities. What the hell does that mean? It means they get their money from people who already have it. So if you're going to be an accountant to wealthy people. If you're going to be a lawyer, be a kind of lawyer that makes money. If you're going to do these, as Graeber says, bullshit jobs, make sure you get the money from wealthy people. Or, target up end. Just go somewhere where the profit margin is high. You can be in any sector, and indeed the people in this book are from A to Z, or A to Z, for their occupations. In fairness, I don't think there's somebody whose occupation starts with a Z. But, they're in every kind of occupation, and so it's not about which occupation you choose, it's how you practice that occupation. But number 7 is they choose the right occupation. And they found something that makes money but doesn't require status. An interesting thing is that there's not so many doctors on this list, or dentists, because doctors and dentists tend to spend their money on status. So they don't have the money in the bank that you probably think they do. So those are the 7 points. I'm just going to whip over them again without any peanut gallery comments from me. 1, they live well below their means. 2, they allocate their time, energy, and money efficiently in ways conducive to building wealth. Or conducive, actually. Sorry. Number 3, they believe that financial independence is more important than displaying high social status. Number 4, their parents did not provide them economic outpatient care. Number 5, their adult children are economically self-sufficient. Number 6, they are proficient in targeting market opportunities. And number 7, they choose the right occupation. Those are the 7 things. You do those 7 things, keep those in mind, and you too can be wealthy. And I honestly believe that. But what I did learn from this book is that this method works best if you start early. If you think about this in your 20s or maybe your 30s. So if you're my age, you're pretty much screwed as far as the Millionaire Next Door process goes. So that throughout this book, as I was reading it, I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Too bad I didn't do that 30 years ago. That's a good idea. Too bad I didn't do that 20 years ago. This kind of thing. And I think that it was actually, if I'm totally honest, it was pretty depressing reading for me. So, yeah, I hope you're young, and I hope you just follow these things and you too can be wealthy. Don't chase the easy money, and don't buy the flash car. But they come up, a couple other things I want to chuck in here is that they came up with this idea of an accumulation ratio or wealth ratio, how much money you should have. And their formula is you take your age, multiply it by your realized annual pre-tax income, and for all sources except inheritance. In other words, you take your age, you multiply that by how much money you make a year, and then you divide it by 10. This is what your net worth should be. So take your age, let's say you're 20, let's say you make $30,000 a year. So your net worth should be, $60,000. Is that right? Something like that. And if you are under that, if you've accumulated less than that, you are a UAW, which is not United Auto Worker. You are an under accumulator of wealth. If you have about that much, you are an average accumulator of wealth, AAW. And if you have more than that, double at least or more, you are a PAW, a prodigious accumulator of wealth. And it's words like that that make you think the book is written a lot earlier than 1996. Prodigious. Who uses the word prodigious anymore? I would have said SAW, SAW, super accumulator of wealth. But anyway. Also, this book talks about a good job being a travel agent, which makes me wonder. This book, one of the downsides of the book, apart from the fact that it's depressing and if you're old, is that the book is filled with anecdotes, filled with these little anecdotes of people with their pseudonyms and all the rest of it, and a lot of them don't hold up over time, and that just unnecessary. I felt like padding to me. I think the goal of the book really was to say to people that you can be wealthy. Do these 7 things that are things that, they're not genetic or hereditary or based on, your circumstance. They're based on action. And if you do these things, you too can be wealthy. But other than that, my thing is, I would say don't read the book. I've given you the 7 tips. That's all you need. I read it, so you don't have to. You're welcome. General idea is good. It's backed up by data. I totally believe that those 7 things are the key, but don't read the book. All right. That's all for now. See you soon. Thanks.